Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast between Jero spawning over here on the south side of Desert Oasis as the red Zerg player. Meanwhile, we have SssM spawning over here as the blue Terran player. No one flame me on how I don't know how to pronounce this name. This name has no vowels. So there is no correct way to say this name. Anyway, for those of you guys who have donated to me through the website, through PayPal, thank you. It's much appreciated. Some of you guys received refunds. That's because it looked like you guys were thinking that you guys could enter in and donate more in order to get additional chances in the raffle. I didn't feel right about keeping your money. I wanted to be honest with everyone. If perhaps you forgot or you don't understand English as your first language, perhaps you didn't catch that portion of the announcement. So I went ahead and refunded that money to you. It was actually about like 120, or it was about $100 total, or $120. So maybe I should have held on to it, but yeah. Clean conscience, wanted you guys to know that I wasn't in this for the money, but the money does help. Anyways, we have SssM now spawning over here on making a supply depot on that front door, but not creating that barracks. So gonna go ahead and delay that barracks just a little bit. I think he thinks that since this is on Desert Oasis, he has a little bit more free time, as it takes a much longer for Zerglings or any other units for that matter to really run around the map and be able to push on that front door. Jero, on the other hand, now going to get that spawning pool. So a spawning pool, what, a 14 or 13 spawning pool, pretty standard, and going to start producing drones. Or should start, is he going for an overlord now? Oh, overlord, and also getting that extractor. So a little bit of a weird delay. Taking a look at SSM right now, he's also getting that barracks, not building it by that front door. So I believe his strategy is that he knows that the barracks don't really produce a really nice seal on Blistering Sands, or sorry, Desert Oasis. I am getting all these names mixed up on this particular map. So he in fact is trying to only do this with supply depots. We have the refinery now done, so he's going to start producing or start mining some gas from there, or collecting gas. As also there's an overlord now coming out over here towards this Zelnaga watchtower. Supply depot is now getting into place. Gonna get that second supply depot up just in time. No build to orbital command just quite yet. Overlord now trying to run back away just to make sure that it does not get hunted down by any marines. Taking a look over here, we do have a roach warren now coming into play, so pretty much a standard play from Jero. Taking a look at the production units, 2 Zerglings, 1 overlord, 1 queen, and 4 Jero against 1 SCV, 1 marine, and a refinery. So this replay was given to me. I do check my Starcraft Legacy email. If you guys have a particular replay you want me to cast, that's probably the best place to send it to me. Also, just be professional about it, and I will most likely cast the game, as opposed to saying, OMG, this game is elite, you should take a look, I can't believe. And you know, use proper spelling, use proper capitalization, and I will more than likely, if I'm not flooded, try to cast some of those games, as I have not been able to find high-level replays that easily. Coming back over here, we have this roach warren now completed, and also using that hatchery to try to produce some additional drones. Roaches now being produced, so roaches, 2 roaches being produced while there is a hatchery on this front door. Taking a look at SSM's view, SM did not see, SM did not see that particular hatchery, so he does not know that there is in fact a fast expansion coming in. Zerglings now trying to move in north across that map right there, and we have 3 marines coming around on that backhand side. Those Zerglings may be able to run in. No, not going to run in. No, now trying to run in, so may be able to take down that single marine. We'll see how this really works. Oh, quickly coming back up, very nicely done. So those supply depots raising just at the last second. Overlord sitting over there on that ground. Let's see if those marines will be able to shoot it down. Trying to stay on that high ground, trying to run back away. Oh, because of the sight from that refinery, is able to actually see that overlord. So a little bit of a misplay, trying to run back away. Let's see, SCV trying to move over to try to give sight. Very nicely done by SSM in order to give sight onto that high ledge. That SCV moving over just to give that sight. Very nicely played by SM right there. Got to remember that trick later. Queen now spawning more larvae, trying to produce more units. Also needs to produce an additional overlord, as he already lost one. Zerglings now still running around the map, and we have 6 marines trying to move out, quickly killing that dead Zergling, or quickly killing that Zergling, and who is now dead. And SCV is now trying to move back around. Perhaps the Zergling will try to capture that Zelnaga watchtower. Roaches on this high ground. A little Not sure what those roaches are trying to do. Will not be able to shoot, but this is in fact a very, very nice position for a Terran player to start sieging and trying to deal damage towards an enemy base right there. So we will perhaps see that in later games. This is also the same situation over here for Zerg. So I'm just, as I watch these maps and I watch these replays, it reveals more and more about the game every single time. Hatchery now down, no additional queen being produced yet, as there was not enough food. 3 overlords sitting over here, and we are now finally at layers. So injecting more larvae at the same time, trying to spawn more units. Perhaps these guys should be spawning creep in order to help produce or help move these roaches all around that map. Single SCV gonna run into some roaches, and that SCV's seen better days as it just explodes into oblivion. SCVs are in fact mechanical and biological, so I guess it alternates between the animation of an acid death or an explosion death. Siege tank now moving out with some marines, so instead of going for a reactor and then not producing any marauders and now trying to produce some more units, now floating off a barracks as well. So this barracks going to be floated off, and I think this is going to be a game where he is in fact going to try to siege and take down some of these extractors. This is going to be very interesting. Barracks lifting off, moving rather quickly, faster than I would have imagined in the original Starcraft. A bunker now being brought in, so SSM in fact using what I just realized on this map. So he's going to go ahead and move these siege tanks over here. Is that siege tank going to get in range? Yeah, siege tank going to be in range, going to be able to siege and disrupt the gas production of Jero. This is going to be a very, very hard hit. Taking a look at his point of view right there, unable to see there. Oh, so this is a little bit onto that lower edge. So this is like 3 tiers of ground, but a barracks now being lifted off and going to be able to start shooting down these extractors. Coming back over here, revealing everyone. And the Queen's going to try to start shooting down, but that's a really, really bad play. Queen is going to get splattered right there, as those drones are going to be forced to move back away. Going to lose both of these extractors. Extractors already being built in this position, and a spire now being built as well. Coming back over here, roaches on this front door. SM now trying to use those siege tanks, trying to force back any of those roaches. Roaches not going to be able to really push up onto that high ledge. Barracks getting shot down, and Jero is able to shoot that layer, so that layer tech is going to be destroyed. Very, very nicely done, as some bunkers now being produced in there as well. The layer's going to be destroyed, so it's going to be single hatchery versus a single location over here. So SM doing a great job. Taking a look at the worker count, it is 22 for Jero versus 31 for SM at this stage in the game. Roaches now trying to activate this Zelnaga watchtower. One of those roaches is very, very low on hit points. No research on Burrow yet, and now that the layer is gone, will not be able to research Burrow. Barracks should probably be dropped down at some point in order to try to take down some of these, or try to like drop and build in some marines. Another hatchery being built over here at this high yield mineral. So SM probably feeling fairly confident about himself, not realizing, taking a look at his point of view. He does in fact know that there's a hatchery and a spire over here, but that is pretty much it at this stage in the game. Taking a look, yes, 21 drones being built over there, and a couple bunkers over here as well. Bunkers now just perhaps trying to... Oh, poor SCV. SCV is stuck, unable to move back out. Another SCV now trying to move around that map. SCV once again moving around the map as well. We'll see how this really works out, as now mutalisks from Jero. Jero not trying to stay cool under pressure, even though he lost his main base. Now trying to get up to hatchery. A scanner pool reveals that there is in fact that spire, and now mutalisks coming into that main base and going to try to start harassing this mineral line. But turrets are already in that backside. Marines now moving over, trying to get the weapon upgrades on those marines as well. Taking a look there, I do not see any react or tech labs on any barracks, so that's going to be a little bit of an issue, as they're not going to get that combat shield upgrade, nor are they going to get the 10 hit point upgrades from the what's it called, from the combat shield or the stim pack upgrades. Now, doing a little bit of Starcraft math, I'm trying to figure out what the point is of that combat shield. The combat shield versus the armor upgrade. The armor upgrade is actually a little bit... Oh, Marines getting caught in transition. Mutalisks trying to fight down, and these siege tanks are going to be forced to move to the back over here. A couple of turrets in this position, and those Mutalisks are going to be forced to run back away. taking a look at this, we have a couple dropships or medevacs now moving out. Marines perhaps trying to siege to take up another location. Jero spawning or just trying to take expansions all across the map for map control. Maybe able to take this out still. Roach is now sitting down over here, and we have a couple siege tanks and a couple Marines going to move out. Siege tanks dealing 25 damage towards those roaches, or rather 23 once you account for that armor. Mutalisks up in the air trying to perhaps take down some of these supply depots, focusing down those Marines very easily. Single Marines getting destroyed without any true issues right now. Now trying to take down some more of these siege tanks. Siege tanks now getting taken down. Meanwhile, this hatchery is going to get destroyed very easily, cancelled. And stay tuned for part 2 of this, what I assume to be a 3-part replay between SSM and Jero here on Desert Oasis.